got a message on the group, Chatbots for Profits, and what the question was what are the new Facebook rules? Because Facebook keep on changing the rules around chatbots an awful lot of time. Whoops, sorry. Trying to get the phone on here as well, just in case any questions. So Facebook keeps on changing their rules all of the time, and it seems like every other week there's a new rule change as far as what chatbots go. Now, this goes into the whole thing of why we have went berserk on connecting up as many autoresponders as what we can. Because as I always recommend, always get the people off the platform. So it's not just traffic that you control, it's traffic that you own. That's the most important thing that we can move forward to. We'll always want to build our email list, but we also do want to be building our chatbot list as well. Now, the rules that are in place are pretty hard and fast. However, there is round them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through the rules with you. I made a flip sheet because, let's face it, there's no way I'm going to remember these rules and actually quote them right. So I'm going to be reading along with you guys. Now, with these rules, it's important to remember that if they contact you again, if they write to your page, they're back in the 24-hour window. Now, what that means to you, it means that once somebody contacts you or you contact them and they respond by clicking a button or by adding an email or anything like this, that means the 24-hour window is back open for you, all right? That means you can go and sell within 24 hours, which is why when you look at our flows, and we have a whole 24-hour promotion thing, sequence thing, and we also have the past 24-hour sequence thing. Now, let's just go through this a little bit. Now, bear with us, guys, because obviously Facebook is a little bit more complicated, which again is why I always say drive them off the Facebook platform and get the traffic that you own as opposed to traffic that they own. Let's face it, Mark only rents you the people, and the last thing you want to be doing is renting all of the time. So the first rule that you've got, right, this is the past 24-hour rule. So once 24 hours has passed, then you can start tagging them, which is all available in Chatammo. You can start tagging them for the various different things. So one is confirmed event update, right? So this tag you need to use to send a user a reminder or update of an event they've registered for, e.g. event updates or purchase tickets. This tag can be used for up and coming events and events in progress, right? So this is quite a niche kind of tag. I'm not too sure how often you would use this particular tag, but it's worth it. It's worth doing. The very next tag that you've got is post-purchase update, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. So this message tag notifies the user of an update on recent purchase. Examples are confirmation of transaction or notification of shipment status. Right now, this can be used to get the person to re-click a button again, to re-engage with your chatbot. And once they've re-engaged again, your 24-hour window is open again, all right? Try and keep up with this because this is a little bit, it can get a little bit confusing. So when you're building the sequences, you can build it so if they click a button, then they go on to a further sequence, right? Which then means they've engaged. So now you've got 24-hour window open. So now you can start promoting stuff again, right? That's the important part that Facebook's trying to stop people from doing. Because back in the day, Messenger used to be like the Wild Wild West, and everybody was spamming messages. And it was terrible. And now most people actually don't like these rules. I actually do quite like them because it means that people are more open to actually getting messages. So it means obviously you make more money off sending messages out there. Now, another one is account update. Now, this is one I use an awful lot, right? I tend to use this one for just about everything. So this is a message or tag that notifies the user of a recurring change to their application or account. Examples are a change in application status or notification of suspicious activity, right? Now, I use this one quite a lot because it's a nice, simple one. And with all of these, what I want you guys to do is remember to please put on click here to unsubscribe on your first message of the sequence. If you do that, then nobody's going to report your chatbot, right? And it's all about reporting your chatbot. To be perfectly honest, Facebook don't go out and enforce these rules actively. It's kind of passively. So if somebody reports your chatbot, then that's when you get your page banned, right? If you start breaking rules. So the last one is human agent, right? Now, this one, I don't actually know why they've bothered with this tag, to be perfectly honest, because if you put the tag in there, you write to the people. Well, you're allowed to write to them anyway, so it doesn't really make an awful lot of difference. Right, so this tag allows human agents to respond to user inquiries. Messages can be sent within 7 days after a user has messaged. Now, they don't actually seem to pay an awful lot of attention to this one because obviously we've got the tattoo studio. And our tattoos write back to people months and months after they've already contacted us. So this one, I don't really see the point in it. They can tell when a human's on texting them because it isn't a bog standard message, right? So they don't tend to enforce this one an awful lot. Now, this one seems to have confused quite a few people. So this is the one-time notification, or OTN, right? Now, the OTN means that as well as your 24-hour promotional window that you get given as soon as they interact with you, you can also have an additional 24 hours added to your promotion, right? So you kind of got 2 days. Now, what I'll do is I'll read this out to you because it'll probably make more sense than me trying to describe it. So with one-time notification, you ask inside the 24-hour window for permission to send messages outside of the 24-hour window. So you would say, would you like notifications on if we have a sale? Would you like notifications if we are running a special? Would you like to keep track of notifications? Right? So they give you a scenario. So let's imagine you go out of stock and then you can ask the user, did you want to receive a message when the product's back in stock? When the user wants to receive a message, you can send the message outside the 24-hour window. But this is only going to give you another 24 hours, right? Please don't think, because they've clicked the one-time notification, that you can just keep on texting them left, right, and center. Now, on your page, you do have to click the one-time notification thing over on your page, which is in your settings. Really, really simple to do. But that's an important one to remember. So it's important to remember that you've got the one-time notification in there. So this is messenger flow. But so what you can do, can I tag it with 1 of 4 tags, right? Yes or no, right? So this is how we get back in contact people. So can I transform it so it fits within 24-hour window, right? This is what you want to be thinking of. You want to be thinking of how you can manipulate their rules to get you better results. So if you can, cool. If you can't, is it worth paying for? Is it worth putting out a complete post and paying for that post? Are you going to make money off this particular message that you're going to send? Well, if you are, then cool, run ads. If you're not, then you could use the one-time notification or go omni-channel. Now, the omni-channel is the route I would always say, right? So I would always say, get the email address, and if your business calls for it, get the SMS as well, right? Both ways are both excellently dealt with in Chatammo. And remember, Chatammo, you can set up a complete autoresponder, or if you're in Groove, then you've got the Groove mail thing all set up there as well. We'll be doing a video on all of these very shortly. So next, we have these recurring notifications. Now, these are just being brought out by Facebook, and at the minute, they're running a beta version. Now, this is really important. We are going to bring these in. However, we are bringing them in cautiously. The reason why we're bringing them cautiously is because they are going to be turned into paid. Right now, a lot of people aren't seeming to be mentioning that these are going to be turned into paid, and they're all singing and dancing about how amazing these are. These can be done the same way as what you would run an ad. Now, if I was going to take a choice between a recurring notification or running ads, I would run an ad and then get the juice off the post back managers that we have. So such as the comment, automating the comments, automating the replies and things like this. That way you're going to get the ads cheaper than probably what Facebook's going to charge you for this, right? So it's still a little bit up in the air at the minute, and they're still trying to work out what sort of pricing they're going to be charging and things like this. But I have introduced this. Now, we're going to be bringing it into Chatammo, but like I say, we are bringing it a little bit slower because I don't really see a massive amount of value in this. I can see a lot more value in running new ads to something and then joining on your chatbot to the new ads. But let's go through it. So you can send tailored and timely messages that drive action, right? Businesses can create personalized messages about their chosen topic. For example, a shoe store can notify customers when their size is back in stock, right? Now that sounds really quite good, apart from you've got to pay for it. So if you've got an individual customer, then yes, I can see the point in this. However, I would also, for this particular example that they've used, I would use a change in status one. So I can't really see the point in doing this one in particular, right? So messages resonate more effectively and meet their business goals. Now, you could, for this particular example, Facebook's given, this is taken exactly from Facebook. You could use human agent for this. You could have a note that says these people are waiting for a size 8. And then whenever size 8 comes in, you would drop them a message over, right? I'm sure you would just go in and drop a message rather than paying to send out a message. Or you would say, click the one-time notification and we'll get back in touch with you any size come in, right? These are all things I don't really understand why they would do this. If you had the one-time notification in, you've already got them tagged as a size 8. When your size comes in, you go for the one-time notification of everybody who's clicked on the size 8, right? So that would pretty much defeat the issue of this. So the things that they give. So discovery, product discovery, recommendations, brand inspiration, content, and newsletters. Now, newsletters, yes, I can see the point of that. However, if you're not trying to sell the newsletters, then again, it could be an account update. Now, I don't know if Facebook's going to start really coming down to these, because obviously Facebook want to make more money out of us advertising. But to me, this is a little bit, if they've signed out for updates, then we can send them updates as long as we tag them correctly and put a do not unsubscribe button. Right, consideration, product alerts, behind the scenes news, pre-sales alert, recommendation based on past purchases. Again, would you do that, or would you tag a load of people and then use them as a lookalike audience? Well, myself, I would have the tags on the people and I would use them as a lookalike audience and then run an ad to the lookalike audience. And then I would run our post comments and whatnot on that. Now, I don't know if I'm completely wrong and if I'm getting the totally wrong idea, but if I was doing it, then I wouldn't be just, if I was running ads, then I want to build up my ad of my target audience. So I've got my target audience already in my chatbot. So I can take that target audience and I can then put them into my lookalike audience. From my lookalike audience, I can then start targeting people who are just like them. Now, to me, the whole idea of using your chatbot is to gain more customers, not just stick with the same customers that you've already got. So I would use a JSON ad, drag them into my chatbot, drag's possibly the wrong word, get them into my chatbot. Then from that, I would then start selling to them. And remember, if you're using the comment replies and the reply templates, and what you're going to get is you're going to get an awful lot cheaper ads. So that's my own personal opinion on it. Now, yours might be completely different. So conversion. See, the way that they've labeled these as well, right, which is what makes me think that they're going to start charging a small fortune for this. This is the same as their ads. So you've got discovery, you've got consideration, and you've got conversion. So I've got a horrible feeling that conversion is going to be quite expensive. So discount codes, promotional content, loyalty reward, and partner offers, right? So this is what the conversions is. And engagement, tips, community stories, cross-sells, product service reminders. Well, again, if you remember, in Chatammo, we have cross-sells, we have upsells, we have downsells, and we're the only chatbot that's got this. So it means that we can actually go and do the same sort of thing inside the chatbot from an ad. Again, it's completely up to you which one you want to do, if you want to run ads or if you want to do this recurring notifications thing. Message across customer journey, right? Messages can be sent daily, weekly, or monthly, so businesses can reach customers at any moment in the journey. Now, this one I do quite like. However, we depend on how much they're going to charge if this is going to work out right for your business. If they're going to charge, say, 10 pence per mail sent, right? Now, we do get a much bigger open rate with messengers than what we do with email. But is it worth paying 10 pence per person who receives this message? Well, it's going to depend on what you actually sell, right? And if you've got any wasters in your actual subscribers, if you've got any people who's not going to come and buy from you at all, if you're one of these people who has got the granny in there and the mum in there and everybody else, then it's pointless to use it for that. Again, I would use promotional. I would use ads. So I would boost some of my ads for consideration. I would start getting them in there. I would start tagging them. And I would do the one-time notifications, right? And the various other tags that we do. Right, so initiate messages that deepen relationships to ensure a high-quality experience. Customers are shown the topic and frequency in advance, right? So they've also got to log in advance, and they've got to opt in, right? This is why I'm saying more of the ad kind of things, right? They also have to one-tap access to opt out at any time, right? So we've got all of that in place. We've got the one-tap access and everything else. To me, I'll be using a lot more of the actual ads and the one-time notifications. I think that the ads and the one-time notifications are going to get you a bigger, more able to buy set of people. It's going to be able to build up your list of people that you're going to be able to make a lookalike audience from. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that for me, I don't really want to use that too much. Like from what I'm reading on it and what I'm reading of the people, and particularly when Facebook's saying we will be charging for this very, very shortly, it kind of doesn't look quite as good as what it does on first option. But if you stick with the other rules, then you're set. Now, let's just quickly jump into Chatammo. So we're looking cool here. And I'm going to show you just some of the things that we've got. Right, so if we're building the flow, let's just go in here and share my page. If Chatammo's going to pop up, all right, I'll just log in first. Let me see if it's going to let us, because I've got really bad internet in here today. Don't know what's going on with my internet. We seem to be having huge problems. Right, so let's just share my screen. Right. So then, when you're in your Chatammo account, so let's go into dashboard. I'm just going to go into a bot that we've already made here, right? And just to show you the various different follow-ups inside of here. Don't worry, we'll be a full lesson on follow-ups, so no need to panic or anything like this. Right, so what we'll do is let's just go into this bot. And what we can do from this bot, you can see we have a load of other stuff. Now, every time we get a new post back, we can do a sequence from. So let's just say, for example, I've got a sequence coming here. Right, remind us to delete this, please, guys. Right, and on the sequence, as you can see, so we'll do the sequence name to delete. Right, and we can select the time and the time zone. Now, I don't really bother about the time and the time zone because I normally time them the same time as what they wrote to me. So if they wrote to me at 12 o'clock, then pretty much I'm going to write them back at 12 o'clock. Right, so let's just select that. Okay, so we got the actual sequence item. Now, you notice the first thing that asks you is it promotional? So if it's promotional, then you click the 24 hours, right? Really, really simple. So then you can select how many hours, minutes, all the rest of it. Down here, as you can see, there's plenty of things to check, right? And you're all up to 23 hours. Now, if it's non-promotional, then we can select what days, right? So we can go all the way down to days up to a month. So let's just say day 1, right? So day 1, where's my bloody thing went? What we're going to do is we're going to do the new post back. And the new post back is going to be test. And done. And then we would add our new post back. Now it's going to ask us on the new post back, what is the message for, right? So then we would just click whatever we selected before. So it's really that simple on this whole thing. I'm just going to delete this one as well, because otherwise I'm going to bug up these guys' things. Once that's all completed, once you've put in all your sequences and everything like this, you just hit save. And that's it saved, as you'll see, little success thing, right? Now, if we're going to run ads, then what we'll do is we'll go into the same thing, right? And we're going to go into where we are at Postback Manager. Now you'll see all of these various postbacks are, if we look back at this, I shouldn't have shut that quite yet. So all of these are, see, new postback there, and new postback there. We can add new postbacks anywhere we want to. And all of these postbacks relate exactly where you can send your paid ads to, right? So all we need to do on the paid ads is we go down onto where we want to start it. So this is actually one of the follow-ups. So 5 minutes, 4 days, 2 days, 23 hours. So I think that's supposed to be so Chatammo. So let's say, for example, if I want an ad that I know people's already seen Chatammo. So I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to put an ad on YouTube and I'm going to select groove.cm, right? So I know that they've already seen the, well, actually, I'll put in the, we'll start again. I'll put the website of chatammo.com, right? Therefore, I know they've already seen Chatammo. So I would then go into here and I will copy this reply, this JSON reply, right into my ads. Now, important thing to remember when you're on ads, in fact, it tells you right here, JSON could be used for Facebook click to messenger ads. For ads, avoid putting first name, last name, direct link of website form, a direct link e-commerce store, because that won't work either. These will not work. Instead, use post back button or quick reply button to start the main conversation with Json Ads. So always make sure that when you do it, then you're going to have a little quick reply button, right? So don't send into a whole thing. So this one here will be no good because as you can see, we've got 3 different replies. But if we went to another one, that's probably the same one, then we'll just look at the flow. So this one right here, and we've got it all sorted. So we'll copy and paste this particular little bit of flow here in the custom part, and that's the ad done. Now, as I say, I'll go to, if I was targeting for the chatbot, I would target anybody who had been to the ManyChat website. From the ManyChat website, I would run a quick ad saying, hi guys, right, I know you're in ManyChat, I know you've been looking at the page. However, have you seen this, which beats ManyChat all the way through? ManyChat at the end of the day is only a chatbot, and we have so many more features. Now, we could even go in and show them the way that they could advertise with these different various one-time notifications, things like this. We can go in and we can show them how we can post up items, we can get the comments, we can get the ads cheaper than anybody else can, and we can do all this other stuff with it. Right, so that's just a quick little rant about Messenger rules. Ready for you guys to follow. As I say, I'd be running a lot more ads than what I would be with the new rules, but I do like the 24-hour follow-up rules and just get more engagement. As soon as they engage again, your 24-hour window opens back up again. Make sure you click on the OTN on your pages. You're all done, as if by magic. Also, make sure you get them off their algorithms and onto your email lists. That's the important part. Right, so for now,